Okay, so somebody's asking about the brokers having different candlesticks because every broker's sending out a different feed, right? So when I'm staring at my phone, even on the same broker, the tablet may, if a tablet's on Wi-Fi, it's typically ahead of the phone. Now the phone bandwidth sucks. In the room, I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to go to the cell phone, and I can see the lag there. And different brokers, everybody has a different pool, right? So you're not, if you're trading at a broker that's charging you a lot of commissions, you're typically in a retail situation, right? So the idea that you have to be trading the real market, it's so cute that people are worried that they own real gold. Obviously, they're buying gold because they think it's going up, right? If you're buying it, right, you want it to go up. Isn't that fucking obvious? So, this guy's this looks like this guy, because I just posted videos recently, people that will look through all my material, or they look up moving averages, and he's laughing out loud that they work. So I don't know if he's a critic of moving averages. It seems like you don't know how to use them. Oh, I know how to use them, but think about it, dude. Which speed of moving average are you going to use? The 100 versus the 200. What is the rule set? How big do you trade? How often do you trade? I mean, what is the other side of the coin, right? What's the full story? If you're trying to do one trade, or all your trades are winning trades, you make anywhere from $100 to $10,000 per trade. You never lost a trade, and that's how you're that good. I guess you're okay, right? But I don't think psychologically people can handle making, like, I just made 10 grand, I just made $10, but I spent the same amount of time making 10 grand as $10, or I lost 100, I made 200, I lost 100, I made 200. I just win lose. But if you know that the market is so fast and then so slow, a moving average is like saying, well, I'm just going to build like a car that can just drive any road surface, any surface. But the market's doing a flash crash, or a swipe of prices up and down. And if you're in too big, you will not survive. Even if you're right in the long run. I know these people like to think about trends, but if you consider the spike. Okay, you don't know how to use a moving average. Well, it wouldn't matter. Right? Well, hopefully you're not making your decision saying, well, I'm a buyer today. Why is that? Oh, look at the moving averages. Yeah, but how long are you going to be in this trade? And what is if you 100-period moving average on a daily chart, you probably trade once a year. What's the fucking rule set? Do you get in at the crossover? After the crossover, you only take stochastics oversold. I know how to use it, dude. But if you know how to use it, you could tell a robot. If there was a way to use it, you would tell a robot to do it, and it would make money. But nobody knows how to use it, because the market doesn't give a fuck about your moving average. I think maybe I don't even know what that video is about. It's really old. But I just, it's painfully obvious that the market is absolutely spastic and insane. When Trump says, oh, I think I'm going to fucking put a tourniquet on this guy's testicles up in fucking Canada, I mean, forget about it, right? The trade that you're in, that some monster, whatever it is, like if the position that you're in is too big, like look at the Swiss franc. Go back 20 years, look at the Swiss franc. Or 15 years, no, it's like 12 years ago. I'm trying to put it in the past. People got wiped out. I didn't have that much money in the account, thank God, when that happened. Same thing on I wasn't around to get wiped out in the Desert Storm at $40 a barrel. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, up limit $10 a limit, 3 days in a row, into climaxing at 40 and then backing off to like 20, and people got wiped out because they were panic buying at 40 and it came slamming back and they just got crushed. Right? I mean, think about it. So all this shit that goes on, yeah, I like that. You know how to use them. Yeah. Well, it might seem like that because I'm kind of criticizing the shit out of it because think about it in the real world. It'd be like saying, yeah, I'm looking for a girl that's like not too dumb, but dumb enough to not know that, I've got all these fucking toys over here that cost a lot of fucking money, more than her purse. Okay? This is the problem. So life's the problem, not the moving average, dude. And if you trade the market, you put these analytical fucking tools on there like a moving average and try to like, I just sanitized it. Yeah, I got this fucking robo bitch coming over to give my wife therapy. I hired this android, this Elon android, this fucking, it's bratty like Elon though. Unfortunately, it's embedded core kernel. It's kind of a dick. But then when I come home, she thinks I'm great. See? But that's the answer to that one. But yeah, but what this guy says 10 years ago seems to nail it. Are we getting dumber? Look at this guy says, doesn't matter if you debunk it. Fact is, the majority believe, and it will act on it. And he say thereby fulfilling it. Yeah, I guess it's the self-fulfilling prophecy, but that's not really true. It is in a sense. I think a pivot, actually a linear, like if you take a line, a horizon line at one price and just draw that into the future and behind you forever, that's a reference. So if the market's moving up and down, it's the bridge is sinking. It's not the water rising. So the bridge is your price. And it's another thing you can't get your brain around is the fluctuation in price over time and what the fuck just happened. And when the news came out, it slammed up here and it slammed down there. Well, if you're watching it on a 10-second bar chart, you'll see, or a tick chart, you see a top become, look at this top become a bottom right here. So you see this buy right here that just happened? I'd say here's the buy, right? Let's just call out the trades here on the tick chart as we're going along here. You know how to use moving average. Okay, let's put a 20 EMA on there. That's the most sophisticated moving average ever designed by man, right? So they say. And this, you can't beat this, right? Fucking give us that classic bullshit. 20 EMA. Well, the banks are using a 21. This Fibonacci number, you just don't know how to use them, man. So we just imagine some beautiful, actually extra smooth, linear weighted. So what do you do here? I say do what Alexander Elder did. Was he'd buy here, buy below when price dips below the moving average, pull the fucking trigger. Now I'm going to ask you. This is the spread. It's 2 pips. This is a fixed pip broker. What do you think your profit is if you get filled here on the red? You're break even here. You're not even up on the trade yet, dude. I got it. I know how to trade a fucking moving average. We all fucking know that. The problem is what happens when the market just goes ba-bam? I mean, are you serious? You don't know how to trade a moving average. You don't know how to use them. Well, you don't know how to trade them. You got to put the fucking trade on, man. The problem is execution. How are you getting into this trade? I say put buy limits in here and say fuck them. Let them take the red line below here and let them fill me down here. I'm not overpaying for that shit. Fuck them. That's what I'm saying. Don't pay attention to the the situation. I can't say. I mean, you just have to be so detached. It's terrible. Like, it starts going up like that. People are like, oh, my moving averages are turning up. Yeah, because they smooth out the fucking data. And the point there is that's supposed to give you the inclination that, yes, be a buyer. If it's pointing up, be a buyer. Duh. Now what? Okay, so do I just buy right now? Like, am I on a 5-minute chart or am I on the 1-hour chart? So what time frame are you on? On the 1-hour chart, yes, a 20 EMA, I got it. I could put that chart up all day long. I could play it back and say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it was just too fast to market, and it never came back to the moving average. It never dipped below it. I never got a chance to get in. So you're only going to get those setups where the market calms down just enough to come inside of that moving average and pick you up. So right here, I'm starting to get filled on my limit, right? That's what you got to think about it. All I'm saying is, it doesn't matter whether you fuck Fibonacci or what the fuck ever. If you believe in Fibonacci, just put a buy limit here, walk away, right? When this red line comes down here, you'll get filled. You got a better price than the guy that's buying right now, right? Because this is a pullback. You can't blame him, right? That's a good buy. But I say buy here and then buy on a limit down here and a limit down there and just keep going. So the thing is, you got to slowly bleed yourself to death. What I'm saying is that if you can't take it anymore, buy one position at the market, right? So risk $10, 100 pip stop, and just walk away. And just say, that's $10, and maybe you risk another $10. But yeah, I'd say the $10, to me, this is an amount of money that doesn't seem to be too much. So you could make $5. You could tell somebody that buys lottery tickets, how much do you spend on a lottery ticket? $20. Okay, you could buy you could buy 2 tickets. You risk 10 to make 5, but you could make your 5 and end up with your 10 back too. So you can get 15, right? And you could just build your equity from these kind of like, I made $3. I lost $7, and figure out how to do a trade like that where you can just get in and capture the wick, the psychosis, then the once the market calms down, it goes into the perfect setup trend entry. But if you wait for every perfect setup trend entry and don't make money from the chaos, the pure insanity that exists in people's heads. Look at this guy. This guy got the better price, so I didn't get filled here. So I had to buy one at the market. So you're scaling in, build a position into a delta. Yeah, tighten up your stops if you're worried about getting hit. If you're in too big, but when I say too big, the spectrum from big to small is like, I'm risking 100, now I'm risking $2,000. I'm risking $2,000, I'm making $2,000. I'm risking 100, I'm making 100. Like, I'm just gonna double the account. I'm risking 500, I'm gonna make 500. I get to 1,000. Now, if you just march along and don't start adding the position, you'll survive like the robot did, because the robot risks the same based on what it sees as an entry. From all the tickets it laid out in front of the market with this expiration, this ticking time bomb, the anti-bomb, the mine that just disappears, and then if there are instances where the market goes berserk, we can capture the cluster of tickets that'll get picked up there. The longer the expiration, the higher probability of fill and executing orders at different prices, actually, because as the market moves, you're laying like a forward moving average into the market, right? You know how those people have the shift forward charts, the Hank and Nashis and shit? Those are your tickets out in the future, right? Up on that ledge of that, whatever that is, because based on what the drama that's happening right now, because they'll decay in the future. So, to think about trading in front of the market instead of at the market, That's the key, right? Look at this. I finally got filled. Look at that. See? Look at I waited long enough. Look at finally slammed down into my buy limits there. So smash in here, and then here when I see this, hopefully I'm getting filled on buy limits, or I'm doing something wrong. So I know when I'm. So if there's I'm in no trade, right? Say I'm totally flat, right? I'm not in any trade at all, and the market slams down, and I'm haven't got filled yet, and now it starts to slam down more, and I'm starting to get filled on my first ticket. I feel this is the ultimate entry, is to get in like you're landing a plane. You just touch the tires. You don't want to burn your tires. And then how big is this plane? If you're buying into a plunge, like for me, how big is the plane that you're trying to land? The moving averages will not catch up to this shit. So that's like just looking at it plunge. Like, so look at this plunge here. Just watching that plunge is like, wow, I kind of want to buy right here, but I got to hold back and say, if it's moving down at a rate that is like psychotic, buying at the market, if you have the ability to do it, and to you, $1,000 position is nothing, so you could buy it on your phone. Somebody asked about buying it, trading on your phone. Yeah, if you're going to sit there and go, you know what, look at this fucking thing drop. I would sit there and look at it, watch the price, and you can actually see it drop just while you're ready to pull the trigger on a phone. It's a manual thing. You just sit there and watch and go, holy shit. So I've done it. I have to do it sometimes in the car because I can't resist some of the drama. You don't know what's going to happen, right, when these people say stuff, and the markets are just sitting there teetering all the time anyways. So it's not as if the market ends up going in the direction where it really goes in the end. It's going to do a explosion, and it might go the other way. We don't know how it's going to resolve and then drift. Usually after an explosion, it doesn't keep exploding, right? Because even that would become normalized and it would just diffuse. The thing just decays. It's really just like random bitch slapping, I suppose, into the vacuum. So there's really nothing there to really worry about trying to. I mean, I guess you could ponder about it, but that was a good fill down there, so that was good. So I would just now when I see this right here going up, now I start putting in the buy limits below it. So that's what I built the robot to do, is look for oversold. Now that we're going up, look for oversold percent R's and start putting in limits based upon triggering the oversold percent R. So that's what I'm looking for. And here I guess I would be tempted to buy at the market. So execution, we got the moving averages turning back up. Yes, there you go. That's how you use them. Just like I was saying, it's so funny when the market starts to go up. I kind of like feel better because stocks go up. It just seems like a more optimistic view. And I guess the pessimists are good at shorting the market. Kind of like a real Debbie Downers probably make a lot of money shorting the market. Like, yeah, so anyway, so answer that question. Had to get that out of my off my mind. Yeah, back to the ridiculousness here. So the gold market, once again, is completely fucked up. Well, let's put a 20 EMA on this thing here, right? Let's do a moving average on here. Speaking of moving averages, I like when people ask about that moving average thing. But really, come on. Show me a guy trading moving averages. Please. What would you prefer, the 21? Is it 21 EMA? Is that the top dog? The most? everybody's using that, so it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's prophetic. So you can shift it forward here. Put that shift on there. But that's too disturbing. Here, let me make it a different color. I'm gonna fuck that up. It's got to be. Let's just make it big and blue. Like this one. Aqua. Okay, so here we be the best buy here, and you missed it. So hey, you gotta wait. Moving average says you got. Here's the other thing. Why moving averages suck. Why they suck big fucking. I don't have to tell you. It's adult channel. It's okay, kids. Adult channel. Daddy's pissed off. I've had it. The time frame matters. So now if you're really going to use a 21 EMA, you better find the time frame that makes money, right? Well, I got to drill down. Let me see. Where's the setup? Oh boy. You don't know how to use the moving averages. It's going to be the crossover. Oh wait, here. No wait. Oof. Oh, here's the trade. Wait. You don't know how to use. Oh, this looks like it fits the bill for all the. It's like a jury, man. You gotta fill out the board, What do they say? You gotta treat it like it's a. I've heard it all, man. Come on, moving averages, seriously, dude. Like here, look at this one. Comes back and just kisses the double bottom right at the moving average. Oh my fuck, dude. That is the safest trade, of course. But this spike again. That's the problem. I know I took off. I know you tell me all about how it took off here. What about this? Nobody wants to talk about this shit. Oof. Here's your Epstein file right here. Right there. See? Oh, what was he doing? What was going on here? Oh my God. Oof. Hey, what's this about? Wow. Fuck, I bought right here, and then the next day, I put my stop here, and then I told you it's going up. I know, but look how they just come on and fucked you. Yeah, I know. I bought right here at the low, and then the next day, such fucking just nicked my. So why the moving averages don't work? Look at this. This here is the exact same thing as this here. This is just a bigger version of this. I can't draw on this fucking thing. I'm gonna need a tablet to draw on the screen, but. This drama here is exactly like this drama here, right? Where you come down, so you see the 1, 2, 3 drive. People talk about this, the 3 drive. You've heard the 3 drive. Come on, you've heard this phrase, the 3 drive. And they were right, the 3rd drive. But then look at this. If you buy here, where do you put your stop on that one? Tell me where you put your stop. Let's talk about where you put your stop. People don't want to talk about that. Well, but if you look at the overall trend, you use moving average, don't you? Oh yeah, no. They're amazing. In fact, the 21 is above the 34 moving average here. Yeah, these are all buys. Buy every touch. Well, when I bought here, what happened here? And I bought here, and what? Oh my God! And then it came all the way down to here. I had my stop here. I moved it up, and then, man, I didn't get out up here because I didn't know about this top tick Tommy shit up here, where it's like, holy fuck, if it ever comes up here, does anybody ever say, well, if it ever comes up here, I'm like, no shit, dude, if it ever comes up here and then it keeps going, people lose their fucking mind on that shit. And it closed here, and then it came out the next day, and bam, next day. It's always the next day. Yeah, I bought under the floor of this triple bottom. Big buy. People are like, holy smokes, look at this. It nicks the wick there. It's fucking unreal, man. It did not hit this wick, though. No, But if it did, can you imagine? It didn't hit this one. It didn't hit this one. So obviously you want to sell above here. You want to sell, well, maybe not above here because this is gold market. This is the gold market, by the way. But you don't want to sell there because if you sell here, it means that you're going to be like looking for these kind of trades where you're just going to scalp a little bit. I'm assuming you're putting sell limits up here. You just want to capture an easy couple bucks on this. But the heavy sellers are going to be like, no, dude, I put sell limits here, like big fucking limits on top of this. Oh, sell gold up here. Sell, 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 sell. Look at this. Like it's getting top tick Tommy on gold. This daily gold. Look at this fucking sell. Oh my god. You hold it until it comes here, and you're like, yeah, I'm good. Oh Lord, fuck. Even this one, look at, put sell limits on top of it. I don't trade gold, but if I did, like you'd have. But look at how many times you could remilk this fucking thing here, and then it comes down. But they got your buy limit sitting here in this little cove. If I was trading gold, I'd be very aggressive. Of everything I would trade on the daily, this would be a big deal. Cancel, replace, put in a buy limit, bigger buy limits. Okay, I just got filled. I'm waiting for a higher low to put a buy limit in. So here's a buy limit. Buy limit got filled. Oof. But actually, I'm kind of up on the trade, on both those trades. If I got out of this one here and if I got out of this one here, I could say I won both trades. If I put a buy limit here, this is a juicy, lonely wick. Nice fill on gold. Beautiful. Closes below the floor of the market order. Guys are going to get at the end of the day, traders. Probably trade with a wide stop. My suggestion is put a big fucking stop in. If you're going to trade, and if you're going to trade on closing prices, give yourself a big fat stop. Or I say, put some limits in here and just capture the fucking wick. In other words, buy one at the market and then put 3 limits in here. And you'd be surprised. You want to sell? Sell at the market with sell limits above. Sell at the market with a couple of sell limits above. If you really think it's a sell, well, you can't tell me it's going to turn on a dime because you sold it. So just assume it's going to do another retest in some regard. It's going to do another back slap back. But look at the size of this slap back here. Closes under the floor. Heavy buyers coming in here. People just load the fucking wagon. That is a wagon loader. But look how big this wick is. It's worth as much as this, and it'd blow up your fucking account if you're in too big, or just, lose a lot of money. You're gonna be down $5,000. You've been making money up to this point, and now one day you lost $7,000. The account's $50,000, but you lost $7,000. You only lose like a $500 a week, but you lost $7,000 on that day. Whatever that number is, you know how it is. Look at the spaz going on here. What the fuck's going on here? I gotta get this trade. So here I'm running double clicks. 30 minutes. So now I'm going to put a 30-minute tickets in. I'm still along the euro, but I want to buy more here just for the scalp. So I'm going to put scalps in. This is kind of ridiculous. 15-minute expiration at 10 to 30 pips deep with a 45 pips stop. Here's my favorite, 7 to 11 with a 13 pip stop. 30 minutes. Just load the wagon on that. Load her up. Here, it's a 30 minutes, 10 pips deep. Looking for some drama. But yeah, that was a nice bounce. And now we're looking to recapture the other direction. It looks like the yen has had it. Time to start selling the yen. It looks like it's up against it here. Look at the yen crushing in on the daily vacuum, looking way back on the Wayback Machine. Check that shit out. Oh my God. Well, look at that. Just nick this. We're up in this ridiculous price zone. And there's a whole stairway to get wiped out here. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just going to start cracking a little bit here. Insane sell zone right here. This price here is insane. Here, look at this. Oh my God. Do you think we're coming back up here? Can you imagine? Oh God. Now, I'll put sell limits here, trade it back to here, sell limits here, trade it back to here. So trying to capture 100 pips above for 100 pips back and just kind of a spike. You know, the ultimate is it just tags this, but I'm going to get in a spectrum, a 50 pip window of tickets with a soft stop, you know, soft targets. It's not as money making, hard looking, but it's kind of smooths out the. I'm gonna have to try to get two different. So I told the robot to give me two different styles of trailing stop, and I have to experiment with that again. Try to tweak that a little bit. It looks like the euro is going to go bombastic here into the close, so I'm going to hold it until 4 o'clock. I think the euro is going to go just hard up. And maybe the dollar yen's had it for a while. But yeah, that's what's going on. Situation here. NASDAQ. Yeah, I think these is a real bull trap up here. But nobody's going to care because if the gas goes to $2.50, we don't care if the stock market goes down. Most people don't care, so it's very okay for a pipe fitter to not worry about the price of parts, you know, copper. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. People lose their mind real easy. But gold's had it. Using my 21 EMA. Look at the weekly. Yeah, I know. Look at this perfect entry, but only once in a lifetime. I bought here at the fucking triangle. Just like textbook, everything came together right there, son. I was losing money for a long time, son. And, well, I scraped together what I had, and I said, no, damn it. I'm going to wait till... I didn't buy here. No, son, I didn't buy here. Didn't buy here. Didn't buy here. No, did not buy. I waited for the perfect delta. Saved up all the money. Put a stop down here and said, you know what? But how did you do that? How did you not buy here? Like anything above the moving average, right? That's real. But you can see how this is just amazing. Like, what an explosion. Because if you bought here, and you bought here because you go, yeah, I just can't resist. Yeah, I bought here because my moving average is crossed over, and now, oof. But then look at this, wow. And now it's accelerating so hard. And even if you bought here, look at the whip back. Oh, ouch. Weekly chart. Bought here. Oh, they crushed me. Bought here. God knows when that happened. And well, end of the week, next week. No, here's a. If you sold here at the end, and you held it, and they just spiked you out, right? And people just losing their mind at 3,500. Think about the psychologicalness there. And then we're not going to be near 3,500 for a while. We spiked up there. The spike knows all. Spike rules. It's all about the spike. Yeah, That's crazy. And the monthly is like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Look at the monthly entries. Son, I waited a long time. I told your mom to go get a fucking job at dollar store. Could be a long time before Daddy find another trade on the monthly 20 EMA. But damned if we didn't wait long enough. Of course, she's dead now, but I got in right here. Son, I tell you what, I put a stop here. It never looked. I bet everything I owned right there. Sold the boat, everything. Gee, Daddy, why didn't you take this entry? It just looked too good to be true. Because it was trapped up in here, I thought, no, they're going to chop him to death. I'll wait till they're done chopping them all to death, and I'll wait for the perfect setup and get in right there. Son, that's why you're still alive. I haven't, put done some fake ransom with you, and oops, you're dead. But yeah, look at this entry here. Oh, perfect pullback, right? Kiss the moving average. Oh, look at this sell right there at the moving average. But then, of course, I kind of got away from me. Now look at this perfect piercing. This is my favorite, where it pierces spends very little time below that moving average. This one here too, but look at how. Oof, this one didn't work out too good, Gramps. I got in, like you said. I waited for it to come right back and touch that moving average. I was like, yeah, yeah, well, the second touch, you got to be careful, because then, this has been, it's been 5 years now in gold, everybody was excited when it hit 1600, and, well, they're kind of upset that it came back to 1,000. Everybody's pissed off. Really? Yeah. Then, I don't know, what is this about? This is the public buying. I believe this is the public buying. You can't make sense of that shit, dude. Gold's not worth that much, sorry. Well, printing all the money, yeah, nobody cares. I hear advertisements for gold. Oh my lord, fuck. Come on, man. I got it. But why is platinum so cheap? Why is platinum cheap? Because there's no platinum coins, and it's a bitch to fucking manipulate. By the way, it's very hard. But it was worth more than gold for years. What happened there? No, it's just the public. It's like when fake tits came around. How can you trust some girls got real breasts, So, and the counterfeit coins, right? Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's kind of sad because they're gonna be lawsuits. Yeah, you told me it's going up to fucking like $5,000 an ounce. Yeah, now the brochure is like, yeah, it's gonna be fucking nuts, man. Right here, blood in the streets. They're at five grand an ounce. Bitcoin be at like 200,000 an ounce. I don't know. Maybe people are fucking nuts and they're driving the whole train. But just give me a good, a good guitar with strings on it, with fresh strings on it, or give me a nice ham sandwich or something. Or a Cuban sandwich, sorry. And a steering wheel and a boat. I'll manage your fucking account. Here, Buster. Let me see how much money you got. I'll put you in a high leverage account. Let's see if we can get you. Let's see if we flip your account a little bit here. We give a discount to you, goobers. You naive goobers. You say you want to buy gold? You say it's going to 5,000, huh? Come right this way. Sit down. Let me show you something. You see that plaque behind you? My granddaddy was a gold miner. Yep. Make up this whole story. Get like a nice movie. Like that guy that's running for office in New York. Get like a jingle. Get your own fucking jingle, girls singing. Oh my God. That's the roaring 20s, man. The Gilded Age. Here we go. Yeah, gold's going to be a train wreck. Yeah. What do you think's going to happen here in gold? Come on, man. Look at the daily. Oh, I don't know. That's the most chop I've ever seen in a market. I have to say, on the chop scale, it's dealt it out. Uh, I think you got to come down here. I can see a spill down here. Sure, this is the logical next handle, but then of course up here I'm like sell everything and look for this shit. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, if people are more interested in AI than they are gold, I don't know. This kind of gold thing is a little bit. And don't forget, they claim there's only 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools of gold. I don't know if this is true. This is the same bullshit they're talking about. Can't trust anything anymore now, right? Everything's under suspicion. Can't trust a thing. But yeah, hopefully oil's going to go way down to $40 a barrel. Stock market's probably going to kind of get hammered, and gold probably get hammered too. Real estate's going to get hammered, but stuff's going to be cheap. So it's very bizarre. Deflation is what they were worried about. I remember 8 years ago, everybody said that the Fed was worried about deflation because they wanted to prop up wages. In the language, you don't even hear that anymore. You don't even hear those phrases now. Everything's just, this new modern structured language, right? It's just so bizarre. It's set to fit a bill now, and it's trying to pose in a certain way and always be refreshing and new. I guess that's why they keep changing the language. I think it's the same stuff, but we don't want to change the language of it. And yeah, the crypto thing. Now that's interesting. Now, I have not looked into it, but as I said, I built the grids for it, which is really complex because every one has a different decimal point. But now that they're going to legalize it, I guess we should think about that. Templates and robots for that actually might. I don't know what the spread is though. So it looks to me like the Bitcoin spread's pretty brutal, but I don't know what it comes down to. If it's floating spread, then it's brutal. I don't know what the broker's going to give me to trade. I don't know. Is it better to trade crypto than forex? I don't know. I don't know what the daily volume is, and now they're claiming it's 1.5 trillion in euro across the whole market. In other words, the prices that were being quoted at the brokerage firms is based upon the spot price out there of that instrument, and that's that's their reference, and it's a fixed pip. The margin requirement is flat, and I think at crypto it's not as high a leverage though. I think you only have 100 to 1 leverage, so that's the issue there. If you don't want to use your money for the trade, you just want to risk a certain amount of stop out level of the trade, right? You don't want to put 10 grand in the account to trade crypto. You don't feel like having your your money exposed to that much risk. In the sense of that, I always look at the fact that if you're going to give me leverage, then I don't have to worry about, well, I started with 5 grand and you stole my 5 grand. Like, I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I don't know. If you went out of business and I lost 3 grand in your brokerage firm, I think I had a firm that had maybe I had $3,000 in there or $800 in there. And I think they went belly up. I don't know if they were real. They were in the Isle of Man. So the Isle of Man, apparently they sacrificed people there or something, somebody said. So I don't know if that's true, but, maybe that's why. But I wasn't gonna drive over there and start yelling at them. And I thought, well, this is a risk I took. Besides, I'd made money, and I had taken money out, but a couple of times when I logged in, my balance was not the right balance, you know. So that was kind of the only time I really had a problem, actually. And some of the people, some of the brokers back then, they're still there. Um, Amazingly, I wonder. I was never able to really. I had one in Russia called Master Forex, and I think they still exist. All these things still exist. You can't, if you're in the United States, you can't. They kicked you out. The United States kicked us out of those brokerage firms, and I don't know why, because it seemed like they were legitimate. I was making money, and it's okay, you know. I was like, oh, that seems to be okay. Um, Certainly, when the internet went down, people would complain. Yeah, I'm like, dude, the server's way over fucking in Europe. Of course, the fucking they're like, yeah, they're complaining. These people are complaining about the brokerage. Yeah, bad connection. No, you think so? Like, dude, it's fucking. This is 18 years ago. Of course, it's bad connection. Everything's fucked up. Still fucked up. My phone still drops out and everything. Oh, so still getting stuff stall out. Yeah, we got an outage here. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, don't worry about that kiosk. Yeah, it's on fire. One of the battery packs lit on fire out of nowhere for no apparent reason. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. It's just a flesh wound. It's not your fault. I'm going to try to get on this thing on limits again. Get on my 7 pip deep for 30 minutes. This is the bullfighting technique. I dare you to come after me. You got it till the end of the day here. 1 o'clock, slam down 40 pips off of this. When we took out this notch here, this is the entry. This top right here, 10 pip window, ba-bam. Now we're buying here on limits. Still long from previously, but it's going to be a limit thing here now. Pure limits now till the end of the day. Beautiful smash here into the vacuum. All the sellers came in here. They're making money. Another 10 pips. I'll be buying heavily into their 10 pip window now. So right now we're just going to buy the plunge. If we can dip back into this breakout point, which we should come back into it just a little bit, and pick up about a standard lot. Add a standard lot back in. We're in 3 standard lots right now. We're going to get maybe a 50K. Add a 50K to it with really tight targets. My other targets are way... So this is a giant swing trade. And my other targets are up here. All these are my take profits for the swing part. This is for the scalps, which are these tickets. So if it dips in here, then it goes there, then it does go here, the whole thing will complete, but I don't want to. I was at $100 here, and now I'm down $700 because I'm held on to this, but that's okay, because I want to add a little bit more for the scalp, because even if it comes back to here, I can take the whole thing off at $4. At the end of the day, I could get out here at like $4,000, so I'm going to buy the cycle pullback here. If they can drive it below in the next half hour, which that's quite a severe pullback. Extreme pullback here. Look at that. That's fucking nuts. Look at the half hour. Straight down. But, the buyers, I could have added to it here, I suppose. buy limits getting filled here, but we didn't get. I barely got filled here. I barely picked up a ticket, but that's okay. Because like I say, if we finish here, I'll probably get out of the trade, and then come back in on Sunday night with sells up here and buys down here. Go on both sides of the tracks, So I would straddle it. These are straddle butterfly kind of strategies you'd use in maybe options and that kind of stuff. But no time decay here. Well, actually, you put your own time decay in you put your own option out there in a way, so you have control of the time decay, which you're like at writing options, with expiring tickets. So if this ticket expires at the end of the day, this ticket expires at the end of the day, ticket expires out here. So you got buy limits down here, and that's for Monday, and sell limits up here for Monday. Right now we're in the middle of the road. Got a top become a bottom here, maybe one last run to here, or it's just going to drip down and hit my limits, sweep up, and if I have to get out at the end of the day, I would still get out with like 3,800. But if I really wanted to make money and scalp it, I had to get out above this. Once you took out Europe, this is your exit or your sell to get you to here to make 25 pips. But now you're like, well, maybe I should just get out of that trade, because is that move over? Was that too fast, too far? I think it could still go down. No, I think it could still come down here. But the ultimate is to buy this. When you take out Asia, buy here. And when you get above Asia, sell it. Then sell above here. Then buy below here, which I'm buying into this now. If this comes back, I'm buying into this automatically now. Just on the track I laid. Now we put some deeper tickets in just in case we get a spike down. Like a hard spike right now. Here's 15 minutes. It's pretty short. That's too deep. Right here, 30 minutes. There's 18 pips deep. So this is only half hour. If that spikes down there, rips back, we'll get into about like a standard lot, maybe 120K, and then it just comes down. And what happens there is it's just a beautiful thing. It's like a fucking Epstein file. It's like a dirty letter, like this. You got buy limits in here, crush, bounce, cash out of something. Down hard, cash out. This one's wacky. 30-minute chart. Moving averages going down, right? A perfect setup. But then buying here, buying below that session. So instead of waiting for a whole day, just stack your limits in this area. Now on the sell side, you're going to get crushed. You're going to get crushed unless you can zoom out. You got to zoom out. See the bigger picture. Right. That's what matters, the big picture. Zoom out again. Yeah, that's pretty frantic. But this was this crazy house cleaning here. This was always a potential smash and grab zone. Always out there, lingering just like this. When this market was dripping down, looking like it could break out this way. And when it came and crushed into there, came back, another crush, new low, and then, wow. And just before that, this is when they're talking about getting rid of that pinhead that runs the Federal Reserve. Look at that, Jesus Christ. Then all the way, and then a new low again. And now we're here. I just want to get to here. Or get to here. I probably, like I say, end of the day, we barely got filled on this. I think I picked about 12K up there, maybe, added. So we had 5 standard lots down here, cashed out of quite a bit, and then looking for one last gust of wind. It's only 10 to 1 o'clock p.m. One less price pulse up. That's going to be the next destination. Yeah. How about that fucking yen? These people are nuts. I told you, these fucking... Look at this thing's poised for fucking another punch through the ceiling. Oy. Wow. Can't stop this fucking thing. Yeah, I think selling that's going to be quite the 100 pip range. They're easy. So look at the range here on this shelf. I got to get AI to read this for me. Look at these steps. It's like a step of 50 to 100, 150 pip steps here on the back. Stairway to hell, stairway to heaven. Those are shelves. Like, look at this. This is 100, 200 pip, 100 pips. This vacuum's 100 pips. Slice into the 100 pip vacuum and slice back. Buy limits are trailing in this area. Get filled up. 1 hour chart. Bam, bam, bam. This is one that'll blow you up if you're not ready for it. Coming up here, you got trailing buy limits. 200 pips down. Oof. Ouch. Look, I'm coming back to get filled here. Look at this. Look at the euro. God damn. Look at that. One more pullback. Oof. It's frisky. 9 minutes to 1 o'clock. Here we go. Euro's on a fucking... Euro's pissed off. Can you feel it? Oh, yeah. It's bad. Euro's pissed. Damn. Look at that 4-hour chart. Come right back to that breakout point. It's about time the euro gets some respect. Treated like a rag doll. On the weekly, it looks fantastic. It's like the best trend trade in the world on the weekly. You're buying the pullback on the weekly. So that's what I'm looking at. Like, I'm looking to hold this thing until Tuesday, or just be long until Tuesday. End of the day, I told myself the end of the day, we'll end up with the best kind of pullback on the daily. It is a perfect double bottom. So there's some fantastic trades on the daily euro. So if you're into this kind of trading, I would just use a trend line, because a trend line is a adaptive moving average. So just draw a line. Just say it's going up. It's going up. It's going down. The first line you can draw here is, okay, it's down. Well, sell the third touch of the trend line. Right. So this one blows through. If it touches here, you got stopped out, right? You bought here, third touch, yeah, you get crushed. I'd say sell here. Just use it. Use top become bottom. You don't need a trend line. Just say, I'm looking for a top become a bottom. There's a top becomes a bottom. Okay, let's just buy here. Double top becomes a single bottom. This is a 20 pip range. That's good enough. Huh. You don't need to be perfect. That's good enough. It's obvious here. Top becomes a double bottom. Top becomes a double bottom on a wedge. Are we breaking out of this wedge? Is this finally going to break out and go somewhere? I sure hope so. I kind of want to just sit back. You know, it's hard to sit back on these trades when they go hit targets and it's all over, right? Like, look at this thing. Kablamo. And then, wow. This was tremendous. I remember this when it fell in this hole here. Lasted for a while there, crawled out, came back into this, and then here's the crusher. People didn't see that coming. That is a real... I wonder what people say about this. They're manipulating the market. No, it's just the fact that there was this vacuum that's trailing behind here that's just stacking up, ready to be hit. Like, look at this. And then whoosh. Here's a nice... get caught in here. But here's where it just gets wicked, you know. And then you're selling into this, right? You can sell into this, actually, and that's how you make the money to this trade. So the people that's kind of why you see that happen, is that once that vacuum filled, there was the other people on the sell side of that had to get their equalization later down the tracks there, because all the people sold these new highs, or the market punched up, they sold, they shorted every one of these, and they're like, holy fuck, I'm shorting that thing. And then they finally got paid. And the people with the lonely wick entry guys, yeah, got filled perfectly there. And really no fills here, though. See, that's the problem. There's no fills here. Look at that. You got a buy limit here. No fill, no fill, no fill. If you do the lonely wick, no fill in the daily. There's no... I couldn't actually accept that. I was reading the Bill Williams books, you know, when I started out, and he's got these strict rules like, yeah, this is 2 up bars, so that you give that a 3 and a 0 and a 1. I'm like, so you're gonna give this a 0, a 3, and a 1 value? Yeah, if you see a 2, a 0, you gotta be fucking... Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not gonna trade based on, well, the robot could do that. I mean, yeah, surely I could get some fucking what do they call it? That turning machine kind of thing. I get that thing to fucking do it. No. No way. But yeah, I mean, all this is so much money. If you're really trading as big as you people want to trade, I suppose, to make a bunch of money, if you trade big here, or you're holding a big position during this, and imagine you got a trailing stop. I know it's probably too dark of a template to see it, but this price here, you're going up there. When you close here, this thing backfills a whole day. It wipes out a whole thing of prices here as it comes back. The final destination may be up there, but this kind of wick out is what really is a lot of, I suppose, fast, easy money to get in and out of the trade and not have to wait to get paid. Not very long. The market grinding along, and your weight, you got your moving averages, and you're like, yeah, I haven't got a signal to get out of this trade yet. I'm kind of nursing this one trade. You know, I get it, right? My best friend, not my best friend, but my friend. We weren't best friends, but I guess everybody's your best friend if they're your friend. But he's like, yeah, I don't know. And he was trading a demo account in Oanda, or whatever it's called, which is the worst spread, the worst leverage, 50 to 1 or some bullshit, 100 to 1, I don't know. And he had a position on that was worth $10. They let you trade nano over there. I guess that's the good part. And I was like, dude, it's a demo account. He's like, yeah, I know. It's like he had a car, like a fake car, like an arcade game car, and you want to dent it or nothing. And I'm like, dude, I have fucking lost thousands of dollars trading. Come on, let's go. I mean, here, I'll show you how to lose money. No, I just wanted him to relax and accept the fact that, dude, you're up like I told him, you're up 5 cents on this trade. You think you should get out? This guy makes $400,000 a year as a computer programmer, and he's like worried about that. I was like, really, dude? What are you talking about here? That's the other problem, is trading involves money, and that's the other thing that just takes it right off the rails for a lot of people. I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, well, he goes, how much you risking? I go, X, He goes, really? That's all? Yeah, what the fuck? You think I'm going to put $100,000 into an account? I'm trying to make $100,000. I'm going to start off with $100,000. You nuts? How about they had that much money in the account? Take the money out. You gotta keep taking it out, put it in another account. Diversify your. The crypto thing is a little bizarre. I would certainly trade it. I don't think I'd ever invest in it. Even though you might tell me, oh, it was worth 10 grand, now it's worth whatever, it's up 100 grand. But who was actually putting in? Who was buying 100 grand of it? And where did you get out? Like, who's still holding that position? And if you are you less of an asshole? No, still worse. Actually worse. Oh, I finally got filled on my limits here. Look at that. I told you. Just gotta wait. Gotta be patient. So I picked up a few tickets here. Now we're down about $600, $700 now. So I'm swing trading it, and I'm scalping around these other tickets. Yeah, it's cheaper to keep her. I don't want to get rid of these tickets that I've already got into. I'm looking for the end of the day. But yeah, here's the 15. Look at the crush. So now I can come in with the, let's start over with another set deeper. Half hour down here, I'm buying half hour down here. See, when I double click again, it's a slightly different price for a half hour. So this is the strategy. Market comes down, comes down, comes down. And I'm just in front of it, creating a cushion, absorption, ticket bank in front of the market. If they rip it down hard, I'll make more money. Right? So if they catch Trump doing a line of coke in the Oval Office on the desk like Scarface, I want to trade that spike in the market. When it hits the wire and they say, he did what? Yeah, my moving average can't fucking keep up with that. The shock and awe of the euro, all markets would just spike. And they'd say he did that he put that meme out, or he had like a deep fake video of Trump doing a mound of blow, writing a letter to Epstein. That's what I want to see. And then I want to be, so that's what, I could show you what that would look like right here. I kind of saw it when Trump just said, Yeah, how about that? How about that ass clown running the Federal Reserve? How about that guy? And here it is, right here. Actually, it's up here, down here. Bingo, bango. Oof. Now we're coming back to sanity. Let's come here. Now I can scalp out the whole thing here, and I'll be back to about $4 grand because I picked up these other tickets. I scalped here, and I could dump the whole swing and everything, and it'd still be at maybe $4,200 at the end of the day. So I think that was the last pullback. It's now 104. 105 is coming 5 minutes after the 4-hour chart just completed. Some brokers have a different 4-hour update, though, so there's that. But I wouldn't get too fixated on the completion. I just do the 1-hour chart. Right, the 1-hour chart, I can get my brain around this. Like down hard on the 1 hour, I'm buying that. I would have bought that 5 minutes ago. You're buying into the floor here of this price. It's right at the pullback, right? Top becomes a bottom here. Obvious setup. It could still go down lower. That's why I put limits in. I'm long from down here. I'm in long in this box, and I'm looking to get out. Probably here. It depends. At the end of the day, like, so we got to smash into the floor here. Maybe we finish here, or we just keep drifting down. And within a half hour, we got to slam down into these tickets. There's quite a few tickets, probably about 75K pending right there for a half hour. So we're looking for the rally, even to here. I definitely look for a panic move, but that's kind of a big pullback, which means it could be the trap. That trap might have been too much, too big of a trap. So it climaxed into it, and it's over. That was pretty severe. Well, zoom out for perspective to see where you're in the overall structure of the thing. But the 4-hour chart is what I was really looking at. It's got the story to tell of where we could be next week. I look at the 4-hour chart and I'm like, yeah, man, fuck. Yeah. I always dream of taking out that stairway to hell on the top here. So we wiped that part out. But yeah, here I get out here. If you go up 20 pips from here, and then just come back and reload the buy limits or reload the sell limits above it, because there'll be all sorts of these dramatic moves are just one moves, sweep them, prices, and then it's over, and then it gets all congested and boring. And the 1-hour chart's easier to think about. Works on all time frames. So I put the overlay of the 3 sessions on top. That's crazy. It's a crazy move. Crazy train. Look at this NASDAQ. You got to be kidding me. Monthly. Who's buying up here? You have to be out of your fucking mind. That has to be the most obvious sell fucking signal. Like, I think anybody can see that. I get it. It could still go up a little bit more. But if you're buying here, is your target going to be where? Oof. I'd rather buy here. This pullback, and this pullback, and have people tell me, why are you buying it? It's going down. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll buy that. Besides, moving average says you're going up. Buy here, buy here. It's tough. It's tough to buy into this. Man. Wow. Look at this. Liberation Day. That shit blew people's minds. I think there's going to be a recession. What do you think, Joe? Oh, I don't know. That's a hell of a wick. Yeah, no shit. Wicks matter. Black wicks matter. But top tick Tommy matters too. Look at the top tick Tommy trade here. How'd you work out on that trade? Fucking beautiful. Those were the days. I sold everything above here, and then lo and behold, like bookends. Amazing. Fucking amazing. But this is ridiculous. Irrational exuberance, I think they call it in the old days. Yeah, I know there's AI and all this shit. For what? Who's going to buy it? It's bullshit. It's garbage. I don't want to break your heart, but it's busy work. They hate to sound like some Luddite, but they can't even run the apps they got. Maybe they do need better shit. Okay, I vote for it. Man, they do need better gear. We just got some gear coming. It should work. Simple audio gear. Hopefully it's going to work. I'm always very suspicious of the gimmicky shit they've got out there now. Well, why don't you let the app do your laundry? I don't know. Get an electric lawnmower to cut your lawn. Get a robot to cut your lawn. No. No, I'll cut it. It's the only exercise I get, cutting the lawn. In the wintertime, I just kind of like atrophy, get in the fetal position, stay warm. And when summer comes, get a sunburn, some skin cancer. Live your life. Yeah, boring. Boring markets. I don't know what the answer is there on the moving average thing, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Can't do it. That yen is just knocking on heaven's door. Look at this thing. Look how close we are to taking out the high in Europe there. Look at these trades here. Got sell limits pending up in this 30 pip window. Buy limits down here. 10 pip window sell. 10 pip window buy. Buy this thing too. Oh, this is a juicy buy. Big buy. That's a great trade. Trap trade. This one too. Of course, this one too. Buy here. Buy these new lows. Cash out here. Market gets quiet. It's probably going to get loud down the road. Zoom out on the 5. Back test this thing. I go 15. See this drum in the 15. So here's a nice little pocket. You sell above this. Cash out here. All right. Sell above here. No cash out. You can only cash out to the last known. Sell here. Be destroyed, because if you look left, there's a giant vacuum. But if you can afford it, cash out here, sell here, buy back here, a sneak attack into the vacuum. It's like a war. Sneak attack. Look at the selling up here. Kind of choppy, drifty. But I would sell above there next week and buy below here. And you could still come down here. Getting filled here, I think, on some tickets. Big sell-off in the euro. Pick up a few more tickets here. Huh, look at that. Right on the edge of getting it filled. Let's scalp it. Looks like I'm going to crush it. Big wick fill coming. It's beautiful. Kind of need to crush it down again one more time. You know how it is. It's always going to pull back deeper than you think. Always trade on limits. Just itching to pop down here. It's 15 minutes after 1. 15-minute chart. Just made a new low. Took out the low of the previous 15. That's a buy signal. We should be auto-filling here. It's a mini abyss in here. I buy this little vacuum here, this stairway. We should be buying all this below here and every stairway here. That's why I got all these limits stacked for a half hour into the close. If we get a rip down here, consolidate, drift to here, we can cash out here then with all that, everything. Put a standard lot and write it to here. This is going to be a $100, $200. Add it to the drawdown. We're down $600 off the top now. Waiting to get a bounce here. Waiting for the sun. That's what the doors guy said. I would buy at the market, but it just got filled on like a baby ticket. And the targets for this are right here. So these are scalps. These are the swing targets. And there's probably a target right here. There's got to be a 10 and a 12 pip target built into this. And now what I'm going to do, because I don't think I've been big enough, I want to add a little bit to the position, but on limits only. I'm looking for one more pullback. I don't think it's going to turn around here. I think it's still going to go down one little notch more. So I'm going to put in 2 pips deep, right up against the market here. Like very close. So real aggressive now. I'm trying to get filled now. In the next half hour, one more smackdown, pick up a few more K. There's typically one more sell-off coming when it's going down this hard. Here's a 5-minute chart. We expect it to fall into this abyss all the way down now, and then rip back up. Well, it's got to rip back up, or I'm going to lose money. But every minute that goes by is the risk is disappearing. So that's the beauty. The risk disappears. I can relax. I could go take a nap, and I go get something to eat or whatever. And I know for half an hour, I'll look at my phone. If I didn't get filled, I'm like, that's cool. That's nice. And here it looks like that's the edge. We needed to get in below the this right here. Once it took this out, that's a buy signal. If it closes below there, I have to buy at the market. But I already got in. I'm already in. I'm already in big enough. So if we make it to here, I could cash out. So I'll be cashing out along the way as it comes to here. Here's my take profit. For all the limits I dropped, those little blue dashes, those are my take profit. That'll be my get out point. So it's just a blended tickets. I'm not, if I babysit the market like this, I'm going to run these aggressive short duration 30-minute, 15-minute guys right up against the market, right up against the prices. All right, 5 minutes just went by. Let's go 1 minute chart. There's a big meltdown here in the 1 minute chart. Ridiculous down. I can still go down. One more spike. You're finally getting filled here. It's taking so long. Dropping into the abyss. Picked up about 5K. Okay, now we're looking for the cycle rally. This is a 5 minute chart. Every time it goes lower, I buy more. So I just got filled on limits down here. Now it's still got time. Stocks will be open for another couple hours. The news came out. It's good news. I'm assuming that's what drove the euro up. Just looking for the scalp and the swing. I still wanted to go lower. Pick up a few more of these densely packed half hour. Probably about 25 minutes left on some of these tickets now. So the robot can throw those out for me in front of the market. But those are very kind of scenario-based things. I think if I'd rather just do it by hand. I see it on the tablet. I see it on the computer. I know what the script does. I toss it out there. It's like throwing lines to somebody who's on stage acting. Here, you got to say this. Here, you got to say that. You have to be a producer in the headphones for the people on the TV show. Here, do this, say this. Okay, do that. Okay, really lay into it. Okay, going at the market, right? Just do it right now. So instead of setting all these traps with limits, just fucking buy the thing and walk away. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I did that. I bought way down deep, and I walked away. Right? I bought down here in the bilge. All this shit down here. And now, I'm waiting for the moving averages to come back up. There was some guy named Mad Dog, or some guy was all over me once. Yeah, because he was pissed because I was buying into the plunge, and he says, yeah, it's going to turn around, but not yet. And I'm like, yeah, if you hold on, right, I want to be in here. If it comes back to here, great, I'm cashing out everything I fucking own up here. In fact, I probably dump everything here now because they betrayed me and went down here. So fuck them. How dare they pull that back? Don't they know I'm in here for the fucking swing? God damn it. I just resent all these other traders. I mean, that's another problem. You might be somebody trading against me in the market. Well, fuck you. You're wrong, dude. I know it's going up. Why are you fighting me? You should be on my side. Of course, I don't want you to join my trade. I want too many people on one side of the ship. You're ruining my trade, man. Don't copy my trade. You're ruining it. People who say that shit crack me up. Like, you think that's really happening? You need help. You need more than a fucking moving average. Nothing can save you. You're that fucked up in the head. Look at this half hour. They're pounding it. Oh, getting filled again. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's hit me. All the way to Memphis here. Let's go. To the end of the day, I'm ready to buy. Just load the fucking wagon here, dude. This is my favorite trade right here. Just pound it down. Good God. How irrational. But that's how the crowd is, man. People are out of their fucking mind. Coming all the way back to here. Coming back to here, the sweet spot. And then to here will be $4,500 here. So, plenty of margin. Keep buying into it. We're long from here. We're down $700. Right, we're down 700. Probably 4,200 here, 4,100 here, but I wasn't going to pull the trigger there. I'd already scalped out. I scaled out of most of it. I'm almost back into the size I was in at the bottom. In about 4 standard lots there, scalp out, then put in buy limits last night, and then was forced to buy at the market here. They twisted my arm. I'm like, dude, it's not coming down here. I added just about 20% more with targets here, just like I have. These targets on this pack are up in here now. If those fill, it's going to be the perfect trade. Right, if these fill, it's a perfect trade, but they probably won't. So this is the crux of the how to optimize the entry is to get this just right. Okay, this is like a magic trick, guy. You know, you got to hide the cards, you got to palm them just right. Yeah, you want to have plenty of dry powder coming into a sell-off like this, so you can step in with big size with, well, for me, the targets that are all the laid in. I got scalps in there, ridiculous odd numbers. So when it crushes into the arrows and it does not stop me out, even if the drawdown's big, make it all back and then some. I'd rather hold on to it and have this ability to scalp and also swing trade it. It looks like I could spike down here. This is getting all frisky now. We just closed out the half-hour chart, so it's going to get crazy now. The next 5 minutes is critical. Next 5 minutes. It's like that sobriety test. Can you talk backwards for 5 minutes? Why are all sobriety tests the same? Yeah, could you 9 steps? Yeah, I did 10. Yeah, what are you, fucking linear? Okay, we'll just take you to jail for just fucking not 9 steps, sir. Not 10. I'd like to round shit up. You're making me crazy. Can I? What? Those are 9 steps. Now it looks like we just whipped down. But look at that 5 minute chart. We're gonna go down a little bit lower here. Here we go. Watch it crush down on the 5. And then wait till the end of 5 minutes and buy. 5 minute rule. We just nicked the wick. We just went just a little bit lower. I think we're going to spike down now. Let's crush it. Come on, people. You can do it. Try to get into $800 of margin here. Yep, that's my target. $800 of margin. Down $800 right now. Let's get up to $720 margin is what I suspect we can fill to here. Big pullback. Last chance. Okay, filling it up. 693. Trying to get to 722. Oh, can we do it? Oh, man. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Oh, big buyers down here. Oh, yeah. All right, we locked it in. Good. We locked that one in. Now we can sit back. Can they drive it down again? Can they drive it down again? Oh, yeah, they're coming down. So let's get to 720. Still got 2 minutes left on the clock on the 5-minute bar. Come on, guys. Bring it down here. Fill me up. Man, they just can't do it. Look at tenth of a pip lower. Tenth of a pip lower. Uh-oh. Looks like we're going to tank. What's NASDAQ doing? 5-minute NASDAQ. Well, big trap down here. They trapped all these NASDAQ guys. Oof. NASDAQ's ready to rock. NASDAQ seems to be on the same page as the euro. So I'm seeing buy here. Buy this void. Definitely buy below that session. Okay, now you're scalping out into the floor right now in the NASDAQ, which you could have done earlier. On the 5-minute, you could have done it here before, right to the floor. This is the floor that you crushed through, and then you came back to it. And now you could try to engulf the high of the day. You know, that'd be a mind blower, right? You take out this high, Epstein file style. 693 on the fill here, down $800 on the swing trade. Trying to add to the winner on this in psycho pullback. Very deep pullback, very big buy, last buying opportunity. Gone on the 5-minute chart's going to update. Just update the 5-minute chart. Just closed out the 5-minute chart. A good buy right here at the double bottom. Right back to the starting gate. Great fucking obvious pull the trigger setup there. Buy at the market if you're not in the market. So that's why I look at it and I say, yeah, I'd be buying here, but I'm already got in. Right? I got into my disciplined trade, the pending order, right? That's the trick, right? I wish I had a NASDAQ script here. I think I do. Here, let me see. I got a double click. Or I got a drag and drop. NASDAQ, I think. Somewhere in here. Here it is. Let's see what happens on this. Oh, that's not bad. I'd do that trade, sure. This is, so I did write the NASDAQ script. That's the only thing I'm pretty lazy, but I actually did this one. Here's another one. Kind of tight stops on that, I think. Not that so bad. Wait. What's this look like? 8 hours. I'm going to fill on that. We'll zoom in. Okay. I could see that filling. Yeah, so what's the resolve here? Hit those balls. So we got I think this expiration is 8 hours on that. So I think they could fill. I don't know how much money that's worth, but I suspect that's a lot of money. Very aggressive entry. Oh, look at this. Coming up on my $720 entry target for margin. Finally going to get fulfilled here. Look at new lows. 5 minutes making new lows. Buy. Big buys getting filled now. 10 pips to the ultimate entry. It's okay, 700. We reached our target, $700 of margin. Not the target, but the $700 window. 722 is my optimal fill price, fill margin level. $707. Put some more tickets in deeper. Another half hour way out here. We can afford it. We get into like 1,200. We get $1,000 of margin going. We'll make some good money then. So I look at it like this. Let the market come to me. I set the time. I set the clock. You got 30 seconds. You got to walk 9 steps into the trap. Walk back. No bail. Lock you up. Cash you out. You're done. I have to hold this thing for into Monday. I still think we're going to go down lower just for a flash crash and then rip up. And maybe it's over. That's quite a profound pullback. Look at the 15. 15, it looks like a perfect fill. And you could even see it coming back to this, which is the ultimate starting gate is here. That's in a 20 pips down. We're at 707, down $800, right? But you gotta take the drawdown. It looks like we're reversing now. 10-minute charts are closing out. 5-minute charts closing out. New lows on the 5-minute. We just bought that on the close. We're gonna buy that in 15 seconds. We're gonna buy at the market on the 5-minute here. If you're not in big enough, buy at the market here. I'm just going to let it sit. I don't want to overload the account. Well, let's sit here at $700 of margin. And roughly 3 standard lots, or no, 3, yeah. Euro. So that just closed out. And you're buying below here, deep discount. We've been buying on limits. We started filling at this level. We'll not be up on these limits until here. So our added to new positions and this whole thing, right? We got to get to here to finish off the day at $4,000 or something, right? And we could do it now because we picked up about 70K. 80K maybe. We should conceivably get to at least 3,900. This is quite a big sell-off, don't you think? Look at that. Wow. Even the moving average has kicked in finally on that. What a whipsaw. Ouch. Okay, so the confirmation is the entry. Now it's got to crawl back. And I like to look at the half-hour chart now on my phone. I love the half-hour chart on the phone. It's a very steep chart. It's very dramatic looking. This is a very dramatic view. The more dramatic, the better. The simpler, the better. I only want to see the last pattern. Here's a triangle. Break out, rip up, pull back. Top becomes a bottom. Everybody's all excited. Top tick Tommy. Everybody's all pissed off. I'm buying below here. If only to scalp to here. Right? Ultimately, come back to this node, this last zigzag. Maybe get out here at the end of the day. Or hold it and let it go. But I like to get out at the end of the day. That's why I want to load the wagon for this part of the trade to make money from both aspects. That's why I scalped out. So I could reload based around the giant pattern, which is probably going to take till Wednesday for the market to get like some crazy, crush into the last known northern vacuum. All these things take time. The 4-hour chart gives you this view of it coming down this hill, and it has to. It looks like this is a big deal, and if it only makes it to here, like I'm okay with that trade, because in the end I'm okay with even getting in anywhere along the way. So. At any point, just throwing sell limits in front of the market, right? And if they don't fill, the market just didn't go up there, so no harm, no foul. So we had 707, and now we're waiting to the end of the day. We've got a good 3 hours and 15 minutes left. I'm looking for a psycho stampede, actually. Now I'm having a hard time believing we could take out the high of the day, but I've seen crazier shit. I think we could get a 30 pip rally from here. So if we make it back to the round handle, the 50 round, I'll get out there at the 50-yard line. I don't think we're going to take out the high of the day now, but because I added to the position, I can get back to the right equity amount. In the end, that's all it's about. It's about the equity, son. I told you. When we put up your car for sale, the one I just bought you, yeah, cute little Roadster. Yep. Daddy could have lost it all in that 15-minute chart, remember? Like upside, keep buying, son. Keep pulling the trigger. Here's the ultimate capture window. Here is beautiful, like a 15 pip window. Okay, lock and load. 15-minute chart just updated. Got a cute little hammer down there. Now we got to walk it back up the flagpole. Come on, you can do it. Okay, so we're back at the helm here. I wasn't going to bore you to death there. It took until 3:35, 5 minutes after the bottom of the hour, to start really having a short squeeze here on the euro. Instead of 722, I got into 772, down $800. It's been an hour and a half, some bullshit. I'm still waiting for the close of the stock market. I'm still waiting for a fucking ball-slapping retracement here. I'm not going to add to the position now. I'm just going to let it go. I've got some really tight targets. 10 pips, 20 pips, 16 pips, 18 pips, all 14 pips. I bought like I've been putting limits in and they weren't filling, and I'm like, really? So we added about 120K. Half-hour chart. Total beat down. Been buying every half hour. Those are all my limits. Some have expired. The arrows, just because there's arrows doesn't mean there's tickets there now. But pretty much we've been loading the fucking wagon down here. Just like really, I would say every 15 minutes it's down here, below here, and it's not very long actually. I know it seems like it's tanking, but we haven't spent a lot of time below. This price is a very critical price, especially on the 15-minute chart, which is the best setup chart. If you just want to get in and out, be out of the market in 45 minutes. Buying below that, it's the end of the day. You got till 4 o'clock, then it's going to be 5 o'clock, and then so it's like bing, bing. What do you think? Make it to here. 10 pips, really heavy. Cash out. These are all my targets right here, all these dots. So I've been buying at the market here because I haven't been getting filled on the limits. I'm frustrated that the limits aren't filling. All of these dreams of getting filled down here have gone away. And I have to now come in here and manually buy. And I'm like, let's run some tight stops. Let's go for some tight targets now. The market's calmed down. Maybe we make it back to the floor. So as soon as the market started to plunge, the tactic is, where can I get in? And I've been letting this thing go. I don't know what's going on over here. This trade here, I don't know what's going on. But we're just dipping into those windows on those limits that I left cooking on the back burner. Kind of choppy, no drama here. Nothing to see here, but actually these are good trades. I could have got out of that one. I don't even know where the account's at. We're going to let this thing launch. So 772 of margin, down $800. We're looking to make it to 3,800 now on close. A big, frantic, insane short squeeze. Locked in on the 15 under the floor. Loaded the wagon. Step back. Still have plenty of dry powder to get filled on limits here. Take on another standard $150,000 position and just keep going. Just samurai trade it. Forex Hangout. That was it. Forex Hangout. Sorry. It finally came to me. I think it took me about a year and a half. It's a year and a half I've been kind of barely doing my stream or my videos. So now that I'm kind of doing a couple videos, it's coming to me now. Forex Hangout, right? We're just hanging out. But yeah, this is the kind of perfect example of a big fake out sell-off. Everybody's all excited about the dollar. The interest rates are going to go change it. Yeah, so this big thing here, wow. Just to trade this bounce, perfect. Get out. End of the day. Really loading up on that. It's a perfect example of the caught under here now. Smashing under the kitchen table, coming back up, smashing his head on the top of the kitchen table. A couple, what do they call it? Turnbuckles. A couple roundhouses. And look at it just come smashing into my limits here. Once again, my limits are stopping the market from moving. It's a Gartley pattern. Oh, see, it can still wick down. I can put some more limits in. Let's go put some more. Right up on the market now. Try to get to $800 of margin. That's a ticket. 15-minute expirations here. Super close. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, keep going. Super deep till the end of the day. So I like to do that on a Friday. It just keeps pounding down. Just keep buying into it. I mean, right? How low can it go? How much lower can it go? Come down here and sweep down deep. Look at this 1 hour chart. So it's been pounding into the void. Actually clipped out the session from overnight when everybody's sleeping. We're right below that right now in the sweet zone. Looking to crush down a little bit lower, actually. I'll take it. Come on. Go down $1,100 to make $2,000. I get the account to $5,000. Heavy scalping blended with small swing trade. Okay, at 772 margin. Looking to load the wagon here. One more price pulse. Crash down into the close of the stock market. Looks like stocks are turning around here on the left side. 5-minute chart here, nice buy. If you're into that rhythm method, this is range trading. You kind of got to get on it, You got to have your finger on the trigger here. This Nasdaq, you can't sleep at the wheel at this fucker. It's a lot of money here. Never sleep at the wheel in the NASDAQ. Look at the 15-minute here. Look at that compared to the 1 minute of NASDAQ. That should tell you something. Look at this fucking thing. Yeah, that's nice double bottom here. Yeah, there's plenty of opportunity there. And the 5-minute chart looks like a complete psycho train wreck. Yeah, let's put some tickets here again. I have no idea how much that is risk dollar-wise. I think it's actually $40 here to make 20 or something. Looking for a big flash crash. Oh, this looks like a buy. Let's buy a little bit here. Okay, we got stocks are about to close. There's a 5-minute NASDAQ. Trying to get above the... Yeah, you need the whole fucking thing here. Got to be able to see the big picture here. The 5-minute chart. Got to get above this floor that you blew out. This is the 6-hour. I said this is the 4-hour chart. 4-hour cubicles. It's a nice. Looks a little busy here though. It really depends how you think about it. I can get my brain around this chart. This is 15 on top of 4 hours. I can see the trades in that one. Of course, now here, these are, look how fast that trade is. Like, it's over. Boom, boom. Here's a pivot. This nice pivot. So yeah, this one I would be in the market for maybe an hour and a half. This is a nice wrap around. This took some time for this to play out though. Little white knuckle trade. If you're gonna sell into this top, you're waiting to cash out below here. This is outrageous. Like, if you don't have the right stops, you're destroyed in there. You know, this nice gentle drifting move, but then it's total violence. You know, this could just be like tomorrow. Could just be like this shit. You'd be like, what the fuck's that? I know what happened to the account, dude. I don't know. I guess I had too wide a stop and put too big a position on. The fucking market just went like, oh yeah, sorry to hear that. Sorry about that. Now I see what you're saying. I'm just going to buy this again. Okay, let's buy that into the close. Let's go. Come on, people. 783. 783. Down 900. This looks like a good buy at the market here, but I don't have time to babysit this in my brain. Take up real estate in my brain, worry about if I'm making any money on that. How's that gold trade working out? 5-minute chart. Oh, I got moving averages on this one. Yeah, we're making a lot of money on that. I forgot about that. The guy got me going on that moving average shit, and I just kind of went nuts on that. It's ridiculous. You don't know how to use them. Give me that thing. Gold looks like it's ready to tank off a cliff here. We've fallen into the abyss on gold. Took that out. Maybe going down here. Just beautiful capture. Bam. Scalp to the floor and almost engulf. Slight engulfment. Captures this. Takes out that. So really a total engulf of this. Here's a doji. Here's a crazy bullish crap. and the sellers start coming in here and here. And these guys, if they held on till here, they're up on the trade. You know, they're up on the trade. It's amazing. Here we go. 783. Short squeeze into Dow Jones, closes here, and then here market closes. So I'm looking for a real psycho run to here now. The more it goes down, the more fucking you keep nagging me and nagging me. We're gonna have a problem. Don't ask me one more time if it's cheap enough to buy this fucking thing. I got very annoyed at how long it takes people to realize that, no, that's not going to happen. Can't everybody see it's a fake out? What the fuck is wrong with people? My resentment for people that are ruining the market, it should just retrace now. It's going to retrace. Can we just do it? Can you just get the fuck out and just get the fuck back in? We can already see what's going to happen. Just do it. Like, you're holding up traffic. Look at the 4 hour. Jesus Christ. Look at this thing. Wow. I don't think I almost didn't have the patience for that. So I had to put the video up. It's too much. To do a video, if you don't hit pause or edit, and I'm not going to edit because it just takes too long, so I just hit pause. And I come back here and I'm like, look at this shit. Market's fucking dead in the water here at this pivot. And this is what it takes. We're not going up here unless we can pull back in some manner. Maybe it's Fibonacci's. Still not done pulling back, actually. I put in some more limits here just in case we go down again. I'm really ready to go even $900 a margin right now. Into the close. I think it's going to be psychotic here into the stock market. It's the most bombastic I've seen the euro dollar in quite some time. Boy, they're getting ready to kill this gold. Looks like it's going to fall down into a pit, into the fucking crevice of a gold fissure. It's over for that. Fucking look at this thing. Yeah, moving average says it's going down. There you go. That's all you need to know. Shut up and use your moving averages. Get in line, buddy. I got that book, The Magic of Moving Averages. I thought, really? So do I need a crystal to put the trade on? Yeah, use a crystal mouse. A ruby slipper. I would drink beer out of ruby slippers. Oh, man. So that's the trade. Big ass retracement. This is the pullback into fair value. If you believe we're going to go up here, gold's going to go down. Dollar versus yen is going to be... where's this fucking thing at? What's going on? That's kind of top tick Tommy here. Kind of running out of gas. Look at this beautiful 4 hour chart on the beautiful 4 hour chart. Triple top. Gee, those are failure swings. Of course, we can still keep punching through, you know. That's why the trade's always going to be, well, certainly sell up in here. And certainly just buy it below here, I'd say. Next week's trade plan. And then buy really short time periods right here. And sell short time periods right here all the way to here. So the short tickets, the expiration is here, about this long. So you just plot out the zones ahead of time. It's like Mr. Freeze sections. And you stack these up. And you just kind of, oh yeah, if it comes up here, I've got the plan for this situation, which is a heavy sells start in this window of really deep cut in highs. Sell up in here and then buy all the way down here for sure. Be like nuts on that. But then buy a little bit below here for the medium, in the middle, kind of middle of the road stuff, you know. I'm not a big fan of, if you sell here, I got a scalp because, this could just blow out, right? You could be totally destroyed if you got in too big against the wind. So you kind of got to imagine the punch trades. This is a 50 pip grid, so you got to imagine the punch and run, 50 pip punch, and then it runs, right? The punch and run. Okay, so we're trying to make 14 pips here on this. 797 margin. Okay, back to this. NASDAQ, where are we at? Going up in NASDAQ, going down? NASDAQ's on a tear. Euro's on a tear. Yep, looks like we're going up here. Interesting. It had to happen. You know the thing. God, did we really live through that? Did that really fucking happen? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a couple of friends. Did that really happen? I'm only down 7. I'm only down 800 now. Big drawdown. $300K long here. Add another standard lot here. Kind of pretty heavy here. A lot of short scalps. These are my targets. So all we got to do is make a 20 pip DoorDash now. I would not buy any more now until close. This is 5 minutes before the close of the stock market right now. Wouldn't buy any more. No, sir, wouldn't do it. I'm going to try to scalp up to, try to get to 4,500 actually. Try to actually equity overcome the riding the swing out instead of riding the storm out. Taking partial profits. The conundrum, the compromise. Do you open the files, or do you just let everybody make it legal to molest people across the board, regardless of creed or color? So there's no discrimination in the bill that we present. Hey, look, it's not non-discriminatory. How's that? Well, everybody can be totally molested. It doesn't target any group. Everybody's fair game. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, let's sign that. Let's get that guy in New York. Give away everything. Anybody want to ride the subway for free? Come aboard. Get a Clockwork Orange shit going on that fucking train. I guess that's what they're aiming at. Okay, coming up on 10 seconds before 4 minutes before top of the hour, the closing of the stock market. Now looking for a cycle short squeeze on the euro. People go, wait a minute. What? But now just a minute, Buster. I thought you guys loved the euro like fucking 12 hours ago. What happened? Oh, we love it. We just wanted to crush every motherfucker out of this thing. There's your 15. So you locked it in. You loaded the wagon here at the market. Looking for the 10, 12, 15 pips. Trying to make $200 here in an hour and 10 minutes. Bring the account up to 3,800. Trying to get to 4,100 at least, which it would mean we'd have to come up to here. I think when the price gets to here, which is the first target for most people, right? First 10 pips, we should be at 3,600, 3,800 about here, maybe. Hopefully 4,200 here. We could just go out flat. We were at 4,200 here, and we just really fucking loaded up here. I see me, myself, in this ridiculous room I'm in. Yeah, hour and 3 minutes left on the job here. 5 p.m. So it's going to have to be a stampede now. Otherwise, we're just going to keep dripping down. Drip down. But I don't know. I guess I'm counting on the up. And it's hard to blow up the account, I think, at this point. Because it's the end of the day. I think the obvious thing is a short squeeze. At least take this out. Maybe not to here, but we're challenging the bottom becoming a top in this scenario. So the fork in the road is here, dead on the half hour. Just no denying it. What's it going to be? Is this the bottom becoming a top? We finish the day like this, or we go fucking nuts to here and we get out with 3,800. You make the call. So yeah, if you're a scalper, in other words, you wanna dump the whole thing, or the position's not big enough that it matters. So it's just a big small position trend trade that maybe is going to take 12 hours or 2 days. But in the meantime, you got free margin. I'm going to buy the crush down here, the pullback. Since I was already in the market, I didn't buy here because I was already in the trade. I thought, yeah, I just don't care now. And then when I saw I was starting to be down like 500, I go, well, fuck that. I'm going to start buying. How dare you? Okay, we got 15 seconds left before stocks close. Okay, I'm just going to let go. Whatever happens, happens. I don't want to add to it at this point because we need to scalp out, get to hopefully $4,000 in the next hour. So here's do or die. Do we crash down because this is the bottom becoming the top? This is the moment of truth. Is it like this, or is it going? I say up. I say crush, and maybe here. I'd love it if it went zooming to here, but I'll take this. Oh, I'll take that. I guess I can still dump my winners. Missing out on the 40 pip climax, but almost got back into the same size we were in before. Now we got to ride it out. Riding the storm out. But this is what it is. It's boring. It takes a long time for these patterns to play out. That's like a real fucking job. Boring. I wouldn't touch the trade. Fuck them. I bought down here. I bought the lock under the floor, under the lowest low. 30-minute charts, very easy to trade. Very few setups. Very clean. 30-minute charts, very clean. 15 is kind of a confirmation. There's more confirmation. There's more zigzags. Right? There's more cute little, like, look at this. This is just fucking beautiful. A cup and handle bullshit. More dramatic. You jump on it here, like you got your finger on the trigger. You're like, yeah, sell, sell, sell. Bomb become a top. Yeah, we're gonna go fucking down here. But start buying below there, ride it back, get to here. Get to here. Hell, with $4,200 here, I'd be fine. See what happens. We got an hour left on your market. Set, go. This is my view. I totally resent the people that have gotten in the way of my even extended target by pulling the market back like this. They've manipulated the market. This is the manipulation, victimhood argument that I know it's going to go up here, but why are they manipulating the market against me and taking it all the way back to the starting gate as if this never existed, as if you guys never agreed, and now you're saying, well, I guess there's no files there. I guess the guy killed himself. What the fuck are you going to do there? Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. Almost $800. We want to start getting out of shit now. Get this to about 3,800. Peel away about $200 a margin, or $180 a margin, something like that. Into the close on Friday. Wrapping up a swing week. Five minutes after stocks have closed. I guess does this keep trading? Futures, NASDAQ? Looks like they closed almost up into the floor of the last crush. Almost back to here. Now looking to get back to this doji. I think by 5 o'clock we could make it to here, and we'd be in pretty good shape. We could make a decision here, or just let it. Like I said, the ultimate is to get out of the whole thing here, because this is you're not going to take out the high of the day now. That dream left. When it came here and you didn't go here, that dream's gone. She left town. She married some fucking rich idiot. So you have to settle for the this is a girl in the back alley. I just saw a girl at the store. I thought, my God, really? With the nose rings, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe she's actually trying to detune herself. She looked like a cat with a nose ring. Her makeup was like, she's wearing a cat suit too, without the tail. Very interesting outfits. Kids these days. So I like this retracement here we got. Let's pop the cork here. Pop to here from here. This is going to be the jump the creek jumper. We got a jumper. We got a runner. What do we got here? Is the dollar yen going to crash? What's going on here? Start crushing down. 5 minute yen. Have they trapped these people up here on this top? Top tick Tommy. Topped out U.S. session into the final session. Is that what happened? 3,400. $400 from target equity of 3,800 into that top line here. If we can get this guy up here, should be at 3,800, I estimate. This guy takes this out. Bye-bye. Dollar goes bye-bye. Euro makes the final checkmate for the week. kind of like this is the ultimate exit, is getting on above this. So you had to get out of something here. So I had about 150K that got out here. They were like the whole ride to here, cash those out, and that's when we got the idea that this was a little bit ridiculous, so I started buying that. So 797, almost $800 a margin. We haven't cashed out anything yet, but we do want to cash out because what if we're wrong and it drifts? At least we'll be at a nice 3,800. So money management's the big deal. How much are you going to keep in your account? How much are you going to pull out? How much are you going to live on? How many accounts do you have? Can you babysit the market? I suppose that's the ultimate, is if you can tolerate watching the market, because I get a little eager. I want to jump in. But the limits is what protected me from blowing up the account, because I was forced to plan the trade and trade the plan in a precise way with a filter, time-based filters, reducing the exposure and making it possible to run more tickets and canvas a larger area, and using the filter to protect the you really want the outlier, you want the black swan, you want the wick, you want to capture that. And to reduce the time in the market, because you just want to take the money and run. On both sides. You could have started selling above this today, and all those trades are winners. You could have added to the short side above this lonely wick. You could have stepped in hard above here and start selling this 10 pip window. Look at 50 pips. With a 10 pip stop, you could have sold this whole 10 pip window, come back the other way. Either way, it doesn't matter. The directional trading is just a joke. 5 period moving average is like a perfect buy, sell. Of course, it's a little faster sell off. But look at that. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. I just think it's dumb. Trading's so dumb. That's why people can't do it. You look at the market, you go, really? Is this going to go up and down? Yeah, it's going to go. You want to buy or sell? Well, I guess I should buy. But you got to buy if it's... The problem is you got to really kind of buy if it's going down. Because you said you wanted to buy low. Well, it's getting lower all the time. If you loved it at 10, you love it at 1. I know, but can't I just protect myself from losing? No. What about a draw? No, not a drawdown either. I guess, a drawdown is like getting married. You ever been married? You're in a constant drawdown. Like, is this going to pay off? Yeah, I guess, right. It's a long-term relationship. It's an investment. You're not scalping it. That's like having scalping is like, one night stand, I suppose. So the mental thing, like, how are you looking at this, And on the short-term periods, it's a short-term relationship. That's why I got to get out of some of these by the end of the day here. If we got 50 minutes, we better start scalping out of this thing. My targets better be tight enough to just give me a little bit so I can pad the account and make something from the tchotchkes, the little things. Some guy came in and bought 100 of these fucking stupid things, and he made our day. No big ticket sells today, no big swing trades. it's fucking rare. 20% of the time, it's a big swing trade, big retracement, like we just saw here. But then it comes back, and maybe this is the last gasp of the bulls. Are going to come in here and take us to the structural collapse zone, into this box, and then this box here. Best target end of the day is anywhere in here, and anything above this. To me, that is a perfect trade. I should start seeing the margin go down now as we crush into that zone. Try to get the targets to match the structure. Most of these scripts are written for the euro because they're very tight exits based on a 2-pip fixed spread. The other this dollar yen trades, you better trade with 4 times the stop and 4 times the target and a quarter the size. Otherwise, you're going to blow up the account. You can't trade with a $3,000 account like that. So, there's that. So it's a different animal. This is a very tight market. It looks like the sellers just came in there a little bit. Approach avoidance at the double top. It's the end of the race for the day. Trying to get to here. Looking for a big freak out squeeze. Possible tank from here now. This would be the great place to sell. You come to the floor. Most people have scalped this already. So now the sellers are coming in. Sell here maybe. Right? Something like that. So. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. 15-minute chart. Let's consult the 15. It's about to update. It looks like it's going to crush through to the north. Oh, we're on the 15-minute chart. What the fuck am I talking about? So we're about to close that 15-minute chart. We're right on the breach of it. Easy pop through to the north, but it might just be a fake out breakout. But looks like it definitely crush that lonely wick zone, break through, and crush into this doji for the most of the targets. Try to get out of about 80K here into this price on the 15. Right there. Okay, boom, there you go. You got 45 minutes left. Let's try to scalp out. Looking for a panic. 5-minute chart. Ready to jump the creek on the north side. Here's a classic. Got this slam zone. Kind of want to get to that. Big target zone. Let's go crushing north now. 45 minutes left. Looks like we're about to jump the creek here. Bottom of the hour. It's a do or die 5-minute chart. $3,400. Down 500. We got into 821 here, and it's going to go nuts here at the end. It looks like the last few minutes here could be do or die. At 3,500, trying to get to 3,800 on close. 2 minutes left. It's getting really squirrely. It's coming unstable here at the end. I'm thinking spike up. I'm holding into the weekend. Do or die. 821 a margin. We could scalp out of anything on a millisecond here at the end. We could actually peel off a couple scalps here because of the volatility. We just took something off the table. I'm just going to let it go. Unless it gets too squirrely to the upside, I'll have to dump everything. Close all profits button ready at my finger. 1 minute left. 1 minute. Yeah, so I could dump the whole thing at maybe 3,800 or let it ride and wait for the weekend. Maybe a gap opens up to the upside. The NASDAQ's closing up hard. So, NASDAQ's still going nuts. I think I'll hold it. I'll take the risk. Unless it slams down in the open, right? Look at the half hour. 15 seconds left. Looks good on the 4 hour. On 1 hour looks good now. Smashing down. 5 seconds left. Boom. It's over. Okay. Sorry. 3,300, not too good. But not enough time to play out that pattern. You know, really not enough time for just to do the whole pattern. Still at 3,300. Only down 700 in the seriously in the market here. Pretty tight stops. A lot of these pendings are gonna disappear. So here's all the trades I did. I did some heavy buying here at the market. Bought on limits, added to kind of a $900 winning position. We were up about $2,000 at the climax here. So you'd have to really get the fuck out here really quick. That's 1 hour. You got about 1 hour to get out. So I bought the pullback. That's how it goes.